Now to some breaking news. Singer David now considered a suspect in the death investigation of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. A source with knowledge of the investigation telling Eyewitness News the 14-year-old was found dead on September 8th in the trunk of a Tesla registered to the singer. After investigators found the remains, the LAPD executed a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying. We still don't know how or when the teenager died. Sources are telling ABC News David is not cooperating with the investigation and has never cooperated despite what his PR reps have claimed. We will have more on these breaking developments throughout the afternoon on Eyewitness News, on air and online.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Okay, real quick, before we dive in, where are you watching from right now? And what time is it there? Drop it in the comments. I'm nosy like that. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and smash that button and the bell so you don't miss the next time I drop a bomb like this, all right? Love you. Let's get into it. Oh my God, girl. 2 months after Celeste Rivas Hernandez was found in the trunk of that white Tesla, the case just took the darkest, messiest turn, and I am not okay. Like, buckle up because the tea is scalding today. So allegedly, and I gotta keep saying allegedly because this is still an active investigation, sources super close to the LAPD are now straight up telling reporters that D4VD, real name David Anthony Burke, is officially a suspect. Not just a person of interest, not just we're looking at everybody, no. No. They believe he played a direct role in whatever happened to Celeste, and here's the part that made my stomach drop. They're almost positive he didn't do it by himself.
Authorities are now saying David likely dismembered and disposed of Celeste's body, and he is not cooperating with authorities. There are some major updates in this case. A law enforcement source with direct knowledge of the investigation said that Celeste's death likely occurred in the spring and that David likely had help in dismembering and disposing of her body. As you may remember, Celeste's remains were found in a bag, not fully intact, and shortly after, the private investigator found multiple items in David's home, heavy-duty tools and machinery that could have been used to do this. Investigators are also now coming out and saying that David is not cooperating with the investigation and has never cooperated, despite what his PR team has previously claimed. The other big update is that Celeste's brother, Matthew Rivas, said that earlier this year the family members who still live in Lake Elsinore were aware that Celeste knew David, and said when his sister disappeared, she was on her way to see a movie with David but never returned. We are finally inching closer and closer to David being arrested and Celeste getting justice, but rest in peace to Celeste. Let me know what you guys think, and as always, I'll keep you guys updated.
They're almost positive he didn't do it by himself. The way her remains were handled, the dismemberment, the storage, the whole thing. Law enforcement is saying that level of planning and physical work screams at least one other person was involved, maybe more. And apparently, some of those other people are sweating bullets right now because the detectives are circling. Okay, wait, let me back up a tiny bit for the new people. Celeste, 19-year-old gorgeous girl from Texas, basically vanished earlier this year. Last seen with David. Then, in early September, her remains turn up wrapped in plastic in the trunk of his Tesla that had been abandoned in Koreatown. Car still running, keys in it, just left there like someone panicked. The medical examiner still hasn't officially ruled cause of death because decomposition was so bad, but the dismemberment part, yeah, that's confirmed. And that's exactly why investigators are allegedly like, one guy didn't do all this alone.
Major update in the David and Celeste case. So as of right now, they are saying that David is the prime suspect in the Celeste case, which, duh, we all knew that. But having the main news outlets come out and say that is a huge deal because regardless if we all knew that or not, now it's being proven and action's being taken. Second thing, it has been proven that she was in the back of that car. Another huge thing because we knew that. That's what we heard initially. But now it's a fact. Okay? Third thing. They have been saying that David was cooperating in this whole case, right?
David, radio silent. Sources say he hasn't cooperated from jump, even though his team keeps putting out statements like, he's fully cooperating, thoughts and prayers, blah, blah. Girl, no. Detectives are taking their sweet time because they want to build this airtight. They're waiting on final toxicology and cause of death, But multiple people told reporters once that report drops, things are going to move fast. Now, here's where it gets even creepier. Apparently, and again, this is law enforcement sources talking, David's phone and the Tesla itself put him in a super remote part of Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night sometime this past spring. We're talking like 100 miles north of LA, pitch black, no reason to be there, gone for a couple hours, then back. And y'all, Celeste remains didn't turn up until September. So the internet is absolutely spiraling, trying to figure out what that trip was. Did he try to get rid of something and chicken out? Was he testing a spot? Was someone with him? Because why drive 2 hours to the middle of nowhere and then months later she ends up in the trunk right back in his own neighborhood?
That is insane, because the way they have flipped the narrative from him being an innocent bystander, not knowing what happened, to, oh, he's the main suspect, and oh, he's helping us with the case, to, no, he never helped us with the case. I think they were trying to just kind of like bait him into helping them and keeping his name clear, but now that they know that they're not getting that, they're airing out his dirty laundry, okay? And then this is just a side note. People were asking me why I wasn't doing updates on the David and Celeste case for a minute, and it's literally just because I had no new information. I didn't want to just sit here and ramble on and spread fake information on here. Like, that's not what I'm going to do when somebody lost their life over something like this. I want to spread awareness and actually update people on the real stuff that's happening, confirmed by the LAPD, confirmed by news sources. I don't want to just sit here and just ramble on, okay? So that is the updates. There was also something that a private detective found on a camera in his house. I don't know how true this is, but people are confirming it. A private detective came into his house and found a camera and found the last known photo of Celeste on that camera. So do with that information what you will.
Detectives are allegedly calling this overconfident criminal behavior. Like he thought a Tesla that tracks literally everything wouldn't snitch on him. And then we have the music videos. I'm sorry, but I can't unsee this anymore. This man dropped a whole deluxe album right after everything went down, and the symbolism is sending me. Red strings everywhere, like the invisible red string theory that Celeste literally talks about in an interlude on the album, her actual voice.
I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died. And I didn't even cry, not a single tear. In the back of my mind, but then you think that I'm gonna say you died, but I say I killed you. So it's not like the thought of her was gone by itself was something that she did, it was something that I decided to do. And I killed her in the back of my mind.
The body found inside the trunk of the abandoned Tesla registered with Singer David has been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas.
There's a video where a girl who looks just like Celeste is running through the woods tied up in red string. There's another one where his alter ego, Tommy, is watching a body get put in a trunk. There's mock funerals on stage with a real casket. Like, sir? The lyrics are actually diabolical too. I'm the reason you're still breathing. I wish I never met you. I was in too deep. I couldn't let you walk away. It's giving art imitating life in the worst possible way. Real talk? I don't know if he thought he was being clever or if he was just screaming into the void, but the timing of all this is a lot. And the fact that her voice is sampled saying, "You're special, David," and "I tried," months after she allegedly disappeared. Oof. My soul left my body the first time I put the clips side by side. Look, nothing is proven yet. The LAPD hasn't publicly named anybody, probable cause for an arrest isn't there until the ME finishes, and there's still that tiny possibility this was some horrific accident, plus panic and bad decisions.
Come back, and of course with how decomposed the body was, that was difficult. If you guys remember, they couldn't even tell if it was a girl or a boy when they first found it, so I'm not surprised that it's taking a while for that stuff to come back. It's a shame that LAPD hasn't rushed it, considering this is such a high profile case, but we're still waiting for that to come back. So they have not even said what the cause of death is, but they are treating this as a homicide. Obviously none of us should be surprised that they're treating it this way, considering how she was found, where she was found. Sadly, we know that she was found dismembered in the trunk of his car, and so it sounds like they are thinking that she may have met her demise back in the spring. Around this time, David allegedly took a trip to a remote location in Santa Barbara, and they're wondering what he did out there. He was in this remote location for a few hours before coming back to LA. So there's some speculation about that. Now that's back in the spring, so they're thinking that that could kind of be the time frame, but of course we don't know anything for sure yet. The other interesting thing that I thought was worth noting is that it sounds like he's the only suspect right now, but they're saying that how she was found, the way that her body was, that he likely had help. If it was him, whoever did it, likely had help. So they're likely looking at more than one person. It's just such a sad case. I mean, she was such a beautiful young girl, and how this is all unraveled, I didn't want to say anything until we had solid updates.
But the dismemberment, the midnight desert trips, the lack of cooperation, the music videos. Girl, it is not looking good. Anyway, that's where we're at right now. Allegedly a suspect, allegedly accomplices, allegedly a whole lot of people freaking out behind the scenes while the detectives dot every I. So I gotta know, what do you think actually happened? Do you think the Santa Barbara trip was attempt number 1? Do the music videos feel like confessions to you, or just really bad timing? Drop everything in the comments. I read all of them. And tell me where you're watching from and what time it is there, because I'm obsessed with y'all's time zones. If this one stressed you out like it stressed me out, go ahead and hit that like button so YouTube knows to push it to more people. And subscribe if you haven't. Bell on, the whole thing. I love you guys so much. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.